What's up everybody, Dion here. Today we are going to be making some lures out of recycled worms. Pretty much I've been collecting a lot of worms every time I go fishing, or if I find some and they're all tore up, I'll go ahead and throw them in this little recycle bin and I'll go ahead and recycle them. And this is going to be really fun because one, it gives us something to do in these times where we don't have anything to do, especially with the whole virus thing going on. So we're going to be using this injection mold right here. I'll leave a link for this in the description below. And we'll also be using the molds themselves. With the molds, you can make your own molds, but I'm not going to go into that today. I'll leave a link for this mold right here in particular. And we're also going to be using this, and I'll show you guys why in a minute, so let's get to it. So one last thing that you're going to need is a grill or a portable oven or something like this, because you're going to want to do this outside, because when you're melting the old lures or you're melting any kind of plastisol or any type of rubber like that, you do not want to do that inside because it lets off poisonous fumes. You just don't want that indoors, so please make sure you're outside when you start this. But anyways guys, we're gonna get to it. Alright, so when remelting old lures, I like to keep the temperature around 300. It's a little bit above 300, but that's alright. Make sure you keep it around 300. Get anything over 350, you are going to burn your molds. You're going to burn the plastic, and it's just not going to come out right. And for the timer, I usually keep it on about 20 minutes just to get it preheated. So. Alright, so once the oven's heated up, you're going to want to go ahead and take your worms right here and shove them in the oven. While you're waiting on that to melt, make sure you got a popsicle stick or something ready so that you can stir it occasionally as it starts to melt. We'll get more into that as this actually starts melting, so I can actually physically show you guys. Try to keep as much of it off of the walls as possible, because that's usually what gets burnt. So you just want to make sure you get that off the walls. Alright, so once the worms are done melting and everything's melted up, you're going to want to pull this out as fast as possible, because this stuff does get hard really fast. And then you go ahead and place it in each of your molds like such. Try to make sure you fill up as much as possible. Like that. And then you just give it about, say about 30 minutes to an hour. Let it sit and cure for a minute. Alright, so after the lures sit for a minute, they should be good for you to go ahead and peel them out. Now when you peel them out, obviously you're going to have runoff sometimes, as I do right here. But pretty much you're just going to take some scissors and run them along here until they're nice and smooth. And you'll have your worms. Once you get them all trimmed up, you should come out with something like this. It doesn't look completely perfect. When you think about it, they were recycled anyways, so it's still like you're getting your money's worth, and they don't have to look the prettiest in order for you to catch fish, and I'm about to show you that. Alright guys, so we got the worm rigged up, nothing too fancy. Gonna go ahead and throw this thing out here and see what happens. So here's a few clips of me bass fishing with the lure. Obviously you can see that the bass are still interested in the lure, even though it wasn't perfectly crafted. As I was saying before, it does not have to be perfectly crafted in order for these guys to be interested. No. So after telling myself last cast about 1,000 times, I finally decided to call it a day and give up. They were really good at shaking the hook at this place, so definitely gonna have to give this spot another go in the near future. But anyways guys, that's how you make a plastic worm. Thanks for watching.